नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज के वीडियो में हम ई वेस्ट या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्ट के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे।
So what do you mean by e-waste? E-waste क्या होता है? So the e-waste is also known as electronic waste or waste electrical and electronic equipment, WEEE. So this is also a common name of electronic waste as waste electrical and electronic equipment. So the electronic waste or e-waste described as the discarded electrical and electronic devices that are unfit for their original use or they have crossed their expiry date. So this type of all the electronic equipments, either they are unfit for their use or they have expired their expiry date. So they come under the category of e-waste. So there are several type of the electronic devices, they are included under the e-waste. So these are the computer monitors, discarded computer monitors, motherboards, mobile phones and their chargers, compact disc that is the CD, headphones, TV sets, air conditioners, printers, scanners, copier, calculators, fax machines, battery cells and refrigerators. So these all devices come under the category of e-waste when they are discarded or they are unfit for their further use. Now the e-waste management and handling rule 2011. So this rule enacted in the year of 2011. So according to this rule, what is the electronic device or electronic equipment and what do you mean by e-waste? So इस रूल के द्वारा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस और ई-वेस्ट को डिफाइन किया गया है। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस रूल, द इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट means the equipment which is dependent on the electric current or electromagnetic field to be fully functional. So जो भी इक्विपमेंट है वो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, आइदर इलेक्ट्रिक करंट और आइदर इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड के द्वारा ऑपरेट होता है, उसी को इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट कहते हैं। एंड व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ई वेस्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस रूल? सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस रूल, द ई वेस्ट मीन्स द वेस्ट इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट, their whole or in part or rejects from their manufacturing and repairing process which are intended to be discarded. Okay, so जो भी कोई इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट है उसको पूरे को और या उसका किसी पार्ट को मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और रिपेयरिंग प्रोसेस के दौरान अगर उसको इसका कोई यूज नहीं है या उसको डिस्कार्ड कर दिया जाता है तो वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्ट की कैटेगरी में आता है। So these are the several pictures of e-waste. Here you can see these are some of the household devices. These are the monitors, TV sets. These are the laptop, hand, mobile phones, and other electronic devices. Now the categories of electronic waste. So generally the electronic waste classified into 6 different type of categories. The first category is temperature exchange equipments. So these are the equipment that are generally used for the cooling, freezing and heating purpose. So this category includes the refrigerators, freezers, air conditioners and heat pumps. The second category is the screens and monitors. So this category includes the televisions, monitors, laptops, notebook and tablets. The third category is the lamps. So this category includes the fluorescent lamp, high intensity discharge lamp and LED lamps. Okay. The fourth category is the large equipments. So large equipment category includes the washing machines, cloth dryers, dishwashing machines, electric stoves, large printing machines, coping equipments, and photovoltaic panels. The fifth one is the small equipments. The small equipment category include the vacuum cleaners, microwaves, ventilation equipment, toaster, electric kettle, electric shaver, scales, calculators, radio set, video camera, electric and electronic toys, small electric and electronic tools, small medical device, small monitoring and control instruments. Now the sixth number category, the small IT and telecommunication equipment. So this category includes the mobile phones, GPS, pocket calculators, routers, personal computers, printers, and telephones. So these are the six category of the electronic waste. Now the composition of electronic waste. So generally the electronic waste composed of metals, plastics, cathode ray tubes, and printed circuit board, cables, and other things. So these are the major component of the electronic waste, which are metals, plastics, circuit board, cables, and cathode ray tubes. In the electronic waste, there are some valuable metals also present. So these are copper, silver, gold, and platinum. If we properly recycle the electronic devices that having these valuable metals, so we can recover these metals from the electronic waste. So along with the valuable metals, there are many toxic metals and substances also present in the electronic waste. So these are the lithium, mercury, nickel, polychlorinated biphenyl, PCBs, selenium, arsenic, barium, brominated flame retardants, cadmium, chrome, cobalt, copper, lead makes it very hazardous. Okay, so these are the some toxic metals and substances present in the e-waste. That's why the e-waste come under the category of hazardous waste. Now the different sources of e-waste and what are their constituents. Okay, so the solder in printed circuit board and glass panels, they having the lead as a major component. The chip, register, and semiconductor, they having the cadmium as a major constituents, or we can say cadmium as a heavy metal or toxic metal. The relays and switches and printed circuit board having the mercury as a toxic substance. The galvanized steel plates and decorator or hardener for steel housing having the chromium toxic metals. Cabling and computer housing having the plastic and PVC. The electronic equipment and circuit board having the brominated flame retardants. The front panel of CRT, cathode ray tubes having the barium, phosphorus, and heavy metals. The copper wire printed circuit board having the copper. The nickel cadmium rechargeable batteries having the nickel and cadmium. The lithium ion battery having the lithium. And the motherboard have beryllium toxic metal or toxic substances. These are the some parts of the e-waste and their toxic content that are harmful for the environment and for the living beings. So annually e-waste generated in India are composed of mainly 70% composed by or shared by the computer devices. So whatever electronic waste generated in India in a year, almost 70% is due to the computer devices, 12% come from the telecom sector, 8% from the medical equipment, and 7% for the electric equipment. So these are the different type of the component or category of e-waste that having their share. The government public sector companies and private sector companies generally generate almost 75% of the e-waste, and with the contribution of the individual household being only 16%. So most of the e-waste is generated from the government, public and private sector companies, and almost 16% is contributed by the individual households. Now the e-waste generation scenario around the globe. So globally, the generation of e-waste grew by 9.2 million ton in 2014, and it will grow up to 74.7 million ton by 2013. So these are the projected data of the e-waste generation. So 2014 में 9.2 मिलियन टन ई वेस्ट का जनरेशन हुआ था, और ये प्रोजेक्टेड किया था कि 2030 तक 74.7 मिलियन टन ई वेस्ट जनरेशन होगा. So the e-waste generation is increased by 21% just in the 5 years from 2014 to 19. The global e-waste will increase 38% in a decade between 2020 to 2030, according to the United Nations University report. So the United Nations University situated in the Tokyo, Japan. So this university published a report on the Global E-Waste Monitor 2020, and according to this report, the e-waste generation from 2020 to 2030 increased by 38%. So in 2019, according to this report, in 2019, the e-waste generated is the 53.6 million ton. Okay, and the per capita e-waste generation in 2019 was 7.3 kg per capita per year. So these are the global data according to this report. The total e-waste generated in the 2019 is 53.6 million ton, and the per capita e-waste generation in 2019 was 7.3 kg per capita per year. If we see the e-waste generation continent wise, okay, so the Asia producing the highest amount of e-waste, 24.9 million ton, followed by America 13.1 million ton, then after Europe 12 million ton, Africa 2.9 million ton, and Oceania 0.7 million ton. So these are the continent wise e-waste generation scenario. Now the global e-waste generation. So here in this diagram you can see the initial bar showing the 2014 data and the last bar showing the 2013 data. So here you can see in the 2014 the total e-waste generated is 44.4 million ton, and it will grow up to 74.7 million ton in 2013, and the per capita e-waste generation in 2014 was 6.4 kg per capita per year, and it will increase by up to 9 kg per capita per year by 2030. So these are the projected data of the e-waste generation according to the report. If we see the category wise distribution of the category wise generation of the e-waste, so the small equipment generated 17.4 million ton, the large equipment 13.1 million ton, the temperature exchange equipment 10.8 million ton, the screen and monitor 6.7 million ton, lamps 4.7 million ton, a small IT and telecommunication equipment 0.9 million ton. So this is total 53.7 million ton e-waste generated in the 2019. So this is the distribution according to a category wise distribution of the e-waste. Globally, only less than 18% e-waste is properly collected and recycled. So here you can see the e-waste management scenario around the globe. only a very little quantity properly collected and recycled. Now the rules and regulations of e-waste around the globe. In 2014, only 61 countries covered by the legislation, policy and rules that are related to the e-waste. In 2017, the number increased by 67 countries, and in 2009 the number is up to 78 countries that follow the rules and regulation related to the e-waste. Now the continent-wise production, per capita generation, and what amount is properly collected and recycled are given in this diagram. Here you can see in America the total e-waste generated is 13.1 million ton, and per capita, here you can see the per capita e-waste generation is 13.3 kg per capita, and 1.9 million ton of e-waste is properly collected and recycled. In Europe, here the total e-waste generation is the 12 million ton, and the per capita generation is 16.2 kg per capita, and 5.1 million ton is properly collected and recycled. In Africa, the total e-waste generation is 2.9 million ton, and the per capita e-waste generation is 2.5 kg per capita per year, and only 0.03 million ton is properly collected and recycled. In Asia, 24.9 million ton e-waste generated and 5.6 kg per capita per year, and 2.9 million ton is properly collected and recycled. In Oceania, 0.7 million ton e-waste is generated and 16.1 kg per capita per year waste generated by per capita, and 0.06 million ton of e-waste properly recycled and collected. So in this continent, you can see the maximum e-waste generated by the Asia, highest amount generated by the Asia. The maximum per capita e-waste is generated by the Europe, 16.2 kg per capita per year, and the maximum e-waste is properly collected and recycled by the Europe, 5.1 million ton.
तो चलिए ई वेस्ट जनरेशन के बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं कि इंडिया में ई वेस्ट का कितना जनरेशन होता है। तो दोस्तों, ये जो टेबल दी गई है ये सीपीसीबी के द्वारा दिए गए रिसेंट डेटा है। अगर आप इन डेटा को याद करना चाहते हो तो याद रख सकते हो, क्योंकि ये ऑथेंटिक डेटा है और ये रिसेंट अप टू डेट डेटा है। तो अगर हम ईयर वाइज बात करते हैं 2017-18 में अगर देखते हैं तो कितना ई वेस्ट जनरेशन होता है, 7,08,445 टन्स, और हम ये कह सकते हैं कि 7 लाख टन ई वेस्ट का जनरेशन होता है, जो कि बढ़ते बढ़ते 2021-22 में कितना हो जाता है, 16 लाख टन। तो अगर अपन से एग्जाम में पूछा जाए कि इंडिया में कितना ई वेस्ट जनरेशन होता है, तो 16 लाख टन ई वेस्ट हर साल इंडिया में जनरेट होता है। सो फ्रेंड्स, इंडिया में ई वेस्ट के मैनेजमेंट के लिए कौन सा रूल है, ई वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट रूल 2016। सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस रूल इंडिया में 21 टाइप का ई वेस्ट जनरेशन प्रोड्यूस होता है। ट्रिपल ई मीन्स इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट्स, इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट्स। सो 21 टाइप का है वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्ट जनरेशन होता है, जो कि 21-20 में कितना था, 13 लाख टन था, और 21-22 में कितना था, 16 लाख टन प्रोड्यूस हुआ। ई वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट अमेंडमेंट, जो ई वेस्ट का रूल था 2016, उसमें 2022 में एक अमेंडमेंट किया गया, और अमेंडमेंट में क्या इंक्लूड किया गया, एक्सटेंडेड प्रोड्यूसर्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रेजिम फॉर ई वेस्ट रिसाइकलिंग। सो ईपीआर, जो कि हम प्लास्टिक वेस्ट में भी हमने डिस्कस किया था कि ईपीआर मीन्स जो प्रोड्यूसर्स होते हैं उनकी क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होनी चाहिए ई वेस्ट को मैनेजमेंट के लिए, दैट गाइडलाइन आर इंक्लूडेड इन द अमेंडमेंट रूल 2022 में। अगर हम मैनेजमेंट की बात करते हैं तो ओनली 22.7% ऑफ ई वेस्ट आउट ऑफ टोटल। अगर 19-20 की बात करते हैं तो 19-20 में कितना था, 10 लाख टन ई वेस्ट जनरेशन होता, जिसमें से केवल कितना ई वेस्ट कलेक्टेड हुआ था, 22.7%। The e-waste is composed of 21 type of the electrical and electronic equipments notified under the e-waste management rules. So already हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं कि कितने टाइप का ई-वेस्ट जनरेट होता है, 21 टाइप का। तो फ्रेंड्स, इस स्लाइड में हम बात करेंगे कि कितना ई वेस्ट का कलेक्शन हो रहा है और कितना प्रोसेसिंग हो रहा है हर स्टेट में। तो ये अगली 2 स्लाइड्स हैं, वो इसी हर स्टेट में कितना कलेक्शन हो रहा है, प्रोसेसिंग हो रहा है, उससे रिगार्डिंग डेटा इसमें दिए गए हैं। तो ये टोटल है कि कितना कलेक्शन प्लस प्रोसेसिंग दोनों को मिला के डेटा दिया गया है। तो आपको हर स्टेट के डेटा याद रखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। इसमें केवल हम देखेंगे कि मिनिमम कहाँ पे हो रहा है और मैक्सिमम कहाँ पे हो रहा है। अगर मिनिमम कलेक्शन प्लस प्रोसेसिंग की बात करते हैं तो वो कहाँ पे हो रहा है, अंडमान एंड निकोबार आइलैंड में हो रहा है। 0.78 टन ई वेस्ट का कलेक्शन प्लस प्रोसेसिंग मिनिमम हो अंडमान निकोबार में होती है। और मैक्सिमम की अगर बात करते हैं तो मैक्सिमम 10 नंबर पे आप देख सकते हो कि हरियाणा में होती है। कितना, 2,45,015। सो 2,45,015 टन ई वेस्ट की कलेक्शन प्लस प्रोसेसिंग हरियाणा में होता है। तो मैक्सिमम कलेक्शन प्लस प्रोसेसिंग हरियाणा में होता है और मिनिमम कलेक्शन प्लस प्रोसेसिंग कहाँ पे होता है, अंडमान एंड निकोबार आइलैंड में। ठीक है, ये बाकी स्टेट का डेटा दिया गया है इस टेबल में। तो अगर हम टोटल की बात करते हैं तो टोटल कितना ई वेस्ट कलेक्शन प्लस प्रोसेसिंग होता है, तो लमसम हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि 5.2 लाख टन ई वेस्ट का कलेक्शन एंड प्रोसेसिंग होता है, जबकि टोटल प्रोडक्शन कितना हो रहा है, 16 लाख। अगर हम स्टेट वाइज ई प्रोडक्शन की बात करते हैं तो हम मैक्सिमम कौन से स्टेट से ई वेस्ट प्रोड्यूस होता है, महाराष्ट्र से। टोटल का कितना, 19.8%। तो एग्जाम में कई बार क्वेश्चन पूछ, जैसे हम जानते हैं कि टोटल कितना हो रहा है, 16 लाख टन ई वेस्ट प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है, तो इसमें से 19.8% किससे करते हैं, महाराष्ट्र से। तो आपको सब डेटा याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है। कई बार वो क्या बोलते हैं, परसेंट को कन्वर्ट कर लेते हैं, तो आप 16 का 19.8% निकाल के लिख सकते हो महाराष्ट्र कितना परसेंट प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है। ठीक है, कई बार वो लाख टन में भी देते हैं कि महाराष्ट्र से कितना लाख टन ई वेस्ट प्रोड्यूस होता है। ठीक है, तो इफ़ यू नो परसेंटेज देन यू कैन कैलकुलेट। सो मैक्सिमम होता है महाराष्ट्र से, महाराष्ट्र के बाद में होता है तमिलनाडु से 13.1%, और उसके बाद में होता है आंध्र प्रदेश से 12.5%। तो ये 3 टॉप स्टेट हैं जहाँ से सबसे ज़्यादा ई वेस्ट प्रोड्यूस होता है। अगर हम सिटी वाइज ई वेस्ट की बात करते हैं तो सबसे ज़्यादा टॉप पे कौन सी है, मुंबई में 24% प्रोड्यूस होता है, शेयर है। उसके बाद में दिल्ली से 21, उसके बाद में बेंगलोर 10, चेन्नई 9, कोलकाता 8.8, अहमदाबाद 7 अगर हम 4 मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज़ की बात करते हैं जो बड़े बड़े शहर हैं, तो उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा होता है मुंबई में। कई बार इस टाइप के ऑर्डर का क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, मुंबई, दिल्ली, चेन्नई एंड कोलकाता।
Now the e-waste generation in India. So India is at third place in the world. At first location is China, producing the 10.1 million ton. At second location, 6.9 million ton by USA, and India at the third place and generating 3.2 million ton of e-waste. So the per capita e-waste generation in India is 2.4 kg per capita per year, which is a very low as compared to the global average 7.3 kg. The India account almost 5.9% of total e-waste generated annually. 5.9%, almost 3.2 million ton, out of which only less than 5% is properly collected and recycled in the India. when we see the state-wise data, here you can see the maximum e-waste is generated by the Maharashtra, followed by Tamil Nadu, and then after UP. But when we see the recycling scenario, the UP having maximum share in the recycling of e-waste, followed by Tamil Nadu, and then after Maharashtra. So the generation scenario and the recycling scenario are inversely related. According to cities wise, the Mumbai generating the highest amount of the e-waste, almost 1,20,000 ton of e-waste, followed by Delhi NCR, then after Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, and Pune. So in among four cities, you can see the Mumbai at the top, followed by Delhi and Bangalore. So according to one study, in the landfill side, the 70% of heavy metal is contributed by the e-waste. So you can see the toxicity level of the e-waste. Now the regulations of e-waste. So in India, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is the primary responsible for the regulations regarding the electronic devices. This is the apex body. Additionally, the CPCB and State Pollution Control Board produce the implementation procedure to ensure the proper management and handling of the e-waste. So the e-waste management and handling rule enacted in the year of the 2011, and this rule was modified in October 2016 as e-waste management rule 2016. So in this rule, they clarify the duties of responsible parties, enacted more stringent regulations on e-waste production, as well as clarify the general definition of e-waste. So जो भी modification किए गए हैं 11 हैंडलिंग एंड ई-वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट एंड हैंडलिंग रूल इन 2011 को 16 में मॉडिफाई कर दिया ई वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट रूल, और इसी रूल में इन्होंने जो भी पार्टीज हैं, जो ई वेस्ट जनरेटिंग पार्टीज हैं, उनकी ड्यूटीज को फिक्स कर दिया गया है। रूल रेगुलेशन को ज्यादा एम्फसाइज किया गया है, उन पे पेनल्टीज इम्पोज की गई हैं, तथा ई वेस्ट की डेफिनेशन को मोर क्लेरिफाई किया गया है। Now we will discuss some important questions related to the e-waste. The first question: what is e-waste? Okay, electronic waste. So let's check the options. The option number one: waste that is generated from the electronic appliances. Yes, this is the right option. Second option is the waste that is generated from the plastic bottles. No, this is the wrong answer. Waste that is generated from the paper product. No, this is the wrong answer. Waste that is generated from the organic material. No, this is not the e-waste. So the option number A, first option is the right answer. The waste that is generated from the electronic appliances. Second question: what are the environmental impacts of electronic waste? So let's check the options. First one is the contamination of air and water, right? Because they release the heavy metals and they release the toxic gases, so contaminate the air and water. Increase GHG emission in the atmosphere. This is also right option. Soil erosion, they are the cause of the soil erosion. So all the options are right. So right answer is the all the above. Contamination of soil and water, increased GHG emissions, and soil erosion. What is the most common way to dispose electronic waste? So electronic waste को dispose of करने का सबसे common तरीका क्या है? तो चलिए ऑप्शंस देखते हैं। फर्स्ट वन इज द लैंडफिल, सेकंड वन द इंसिनरेशन, थर्ड वन इज द रिसाइकलिंग एंड डोनेटिंग। सो डिस्पोज ऑफ मीन्स अगर उसके बाद में कोई यूज नहीं है तो उसको प्रॉपर किस जगह पे अपन डिस्पोज ऑफ कर देते हैं, थ्रो ऑफ कर देते हैं और डंप कर देते हैं। सो इंसिनरेशन इज नॉट ए मेथड ऑफ डंपिंग, इट इज ए मेथड ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट। सो दिस इज द रॉन्ग आंसर। Recycling is also not a method of dispose of. So this is also wrong answer. Donation is not a method of disposing. So this is also wrong answer. So landfill sites or dumping sites are the most common way for the dispose of the electronic waste. Why is incineration not recommended method for electronic waste disposal? So incineration is not recommended for the e-waste management. So let's check the options. It releases the toxic gases and heavy metal into the air. Yes, this is the right option. It is too expensive. It is not a viable option for large quantity of electronic waste, and it has a low carbon footprint. So the right answer is it releases the toxic gases and heavy metals. When we go for the incineration, because the e-waste contains the large amount of the toxic substances and heavy metals. So when we go for the burning or incineration, they release the heavy metal in the ash or in the form of a vapor, and they also release the toxic gases. Why is recycling is a better option for electronic waste? So let's check the option. It reduces the amount of electronic waste in landfills. This is the right option. It conserves the natural resources. This is also right option. It reduces the GHG greenhouse gas emission. This is also right option. And fourth one is the all above. So the right answer is the all the above. That's why the recycling is better option. What is the first step in recycling इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्ट? सो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्ट के रिसाइकलिंग में पहले क्या किया जाता है? फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या है? सो सबसे पहली स्टेप ये होती है कि जो भी वेस्ट है उसको अपन क्या करते हैं, sorting करते हैं, segregation करते हैं. So let's check the option. Sorting of the waste, disassembling of the device, shredding the device, melting the metal. So right answer is the sorting of the waste. What is the goal of Basel Convention? Okay, so the Basel Convention mainly related to the movement of the hazardous waste. So it regulates the international trade of electronic waste. It promotes the use of electronic device. It ban the disposal of electronic waste in the landfills to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. So right answer is to regulate the international trade of electronic waste or hazardous waste. So the Basel Convention is related to the it regulates the movement of the hazardous waste or e-waste in the countries. So what is the role of manufacturer in reducing electronic waste? So let's check the option. Designing products that are easy to repair and recyclable. This is the right option. Encouraging consumer to dispose of electronic waste properly. Yes, this is also a right option. Reducing the number of electronic device produced. No, this is the wrong answer. So the manufacturers having the main responsibility of designing products that are easy to repair and recycling. So the right answer is the first one. Now next question. What is the role of consumer in reducing electronic waste? So let's check the option. Disposing of electronic waste properly. This is the right option. Repairing electronic device instead of replacing them. This is also right. Donating electronic devices that are still functional. This is also right. And fourth one is the all the above. So right answer is the all the above are the role of consumers in reducing e-waste.